Okay, so let's get going. Today I want to look at Chess South Africa. I want to be, of course, I want to be as neutral as possible. Why? Because I want it to be educational and I want more players to play and have fun. So where do we start? So Chess South Africa, or Chessa, it falls under FIDE. Many of you might not know it. Falls under SASCOC, so it's quite an important body. Okay, so the website under construction just refers to getting some problems where I try to figure out what's going on with Chessa. I do have some knowledge, but I'm going to try and be neutral about this, as if I'm seeing it for the first time. So firstly, if we go to the website, well, I'm not going to go to the website. If we go on to Google, because Google knows everything. So going on to Google, ask something about Chess South Africa or chess in South Africa. I suppose there's many ways to go about it. So on my Google, it's giving me a couple of results, which I've tried to write down and which I'm going to try and explore as if I'm seeing for the first time. So good to see the first site is going to be Chess South Africa. They talk about a rating database. There's the African Chess Hub. I'll talk about that. Chess South Africa looks okay on Facebook. Wikipedia, that's an interesting one. So what will Wikipedia say about Chess South Africa? Will it be useful? Is it full of nonsense? We always have to be careful to eat up everything on Wikipedia for the truth. They talk about the Chess Hub again, Wikipedia, even chess.com. I'm just going to look at a couple of things here. Okay, so the first site I'm going to go to will be the Chess South Africa one. On the left-hand side, we can see it's nice and clear. There's a home button, bank details, not to see that. I like to see that first. Players, ratings, tournaments, active players, statistics, titles, Grand Prix. I hope why don't you make it more subtle? Move bank details down, because I'm not curious. Why would you want me to pay? I just found the website. Last updated recently, that's great to see. That's recent. If we start clicking on some of the buttons, I suppose will also be interesting. If I click on the Chessa button, it's probably supposed to take me home, the home page. But really, I'm going to come back to this page. This one's really routing to the rating database. At the top, if I look at the address, it does say chessa.co.za. Unfortunately, if we're going to go into that one, I'm pretty sure, if we're going to go into that one, it's going to say website under construction, which is a pity. So on the Chessa side, that's where the websites under construction come from. I'm struggling to see what's going on, because this is where I expect to see the structures of Chess South Africa. If I go back to the rating database, if we go home, this is really then rating database stuff. It's not Chessa's home, although it falls under Chessa. If I click on the Chess South Africa one, again, unfortunately, it's under construction. So please put in the comments when you think it's going to be up and running again, if you've got some inside knowledge. But that's a bit of a pity that it's not updated yet. If we go to some of the other tabs, the South African Chess Hub, shout out to Paul Wilson. I hope it's going well with you and your family. Great site, doing a lot of work for chess. Fridays, lead chess, but this is not official Chess South Africa. They will often have some tournaments for you, which might be official, such as maybe Randburg Chess Club, looks very legit, Wanderers Chess Club, and even some of the regions. So it's a very good place to connect. Midrand Chess League, connect and figure out what's going on in the world of chess. There's the big one, Mojo's Chess Extravaganza. Some big, nice, legitimate tournaments going on there. And very interesting things here, like chess simultaneous play against Daniel Cordery. That's very interesting. Okay, so it's a good start, but it's not the official site, but you'll probably get some very good official tournaments in here. If we go to the Facebook one, the Facebook page, it does say SA Chess Players, which is a bit confusing. And then showing Chess South Africa. and it's saying the national governing body of Chess Africa, the secretary at chess.co.za looks legitimate. Again, the Chessa website there is going to be under construction. If you look at the content, it's Facebook, it's a community. I can't see really that this can really help me to link up to the real world. Interesting articles, but not really helping me to connect that well to real tournaments. Maybe if you had a chat feature here, I'm not sure if you're allowed to chat here, so if you're just having a look at this one, how can you really ask anyone anything here? You're going to be reliant probably on the chess secretary. Okay, Wikipedia. This one is interesting. Chess South Africa, national governing body, great. So in the right place, will falls affiliated to World Chess Federation or FIDE. So that's in the right place, part of the African Chess Confederation. That's an interesting one. I haven't been to that website before. It's affiliated to SASCOC. That's a good thing, of course. They talk about the African Closed Championships, African Open Championships. So that's the big ones. Little bit of a background of the top players. There's mentioning Kenny Solomon as a GM. Very, very basic if we scroll down a bit with some of the references. Okay, so FIDE, they're pulling information from FIDE, pulling information from the Chess South African website, and what else? Yeah, not too bad. Okay, in the summary here, also it looks well updated. President being Andre Levax. Okay, so at least we know this is the proper governing body being Chessa. If we start going to the other sites, the last one, chess.com, I found this one, Chess Africa. It almost looks official, but it's not active. I see Gunther van den Berg, Chief Rating Officer in South Africa. So maybe they could have used this for club events at some stage, but otherwise, this is not going to help you too much. Okay, getting back to the rating database. Okay, so what's the rating database about? I want to also almost talk about the rating base together now with the Chess Up one. And the other tabs, unfortunately, closed down because, as you can see, it's under construction. Facebook just a chat page. Wikipedia, yeah, it's legitimate. But the rating database, it's the real thing. On the home, the bank totals, as I said, doesn't make much sense. Home, it's a pity. They don't have some information, at least a skeleton of what's going on in Chess Africa. Also, rules for registering a rating of FIDE-rated tournaments, giving regulations in effect 8th of August. No FIDE tournaments will be registered for all clubs, regions, provinces with outstanding FIDE debt. So they, good or bad, I'm trying to be neutral. There's new management. I want to say they're on a new management out of construction. So being positive about it, they're just making things nice and clean. So probably from a financial point of view, they're trying to clean sweep first before they're continuing on, which is okay, I guess. Please go and have a look at also YouTube channels such as Chess and Wine, South Africa. I love the way he's dealing with some of these issues in a fun, nice way. A shout out to the content creator there. I do enjoy your channel. Yes, we have to keep things light-hearted, although these things are quite serious, and people need to be informed about it. But for me, I want to just try and be neutral. Okay, so there's a chess banking details. For most of us, that's not relevant. That's what the administrators. If we start going to players, this is a nice one. This is a very nice one. You can search up surnames of people. Yes, I'm going to search up Bila, Eddie, Bila. Why? Because I'm curious. Okay, so decent player, decent rating. Um, I wonder if he's active. I hope you're active. Just clicking on your name. Because there needs to be tournaments. Okay. I don't see tournaments. You haven't played in a long while. Why? Because you're too busy creating content. Maybe. Okay, stand creating, rapid, blitz. Okay, so these are very good, interesting things, important for yourself. You know, it's very good information, very, very, very legitimate. This site. Okay. What else? August 2024. You need to get out and play, but I also have to get out and play. Okay, so there's your games. Very, very interesting. Okay, so I'll give mine away too, just to be fair. So mine, Steenkamp search. A lot of Steenkamps. And I can move pieces around a little bit. But let's say my excuse might also be I'm too involved with administrative things. Okay, but even here, I can probably, if I scroll down, I want to say too much information. If you start scrolling down, 2024, I haven't been out to play. History, I haven't been out to play since 2019. Okay, so over the board takes time. That is maybe another reason why I'm pushing quite hard for online tournaments. Online tournaments to me is very important to get the regular Joe into the mix of things. Okay, rating. Let's just go search again. Not too many filters there. Tournaments. This might be helpful for us. But I do know the tournaments. It's a better place to go to Chess Hub and have a look there to maybe work out what you want to play. But still, if we start going to tournaments rated, I'm just working top to bottom quickly. 2024. I'm not going to select month. I'm just going to go search to see what's going on in the country, if there's anything going on in the country. I can see the host, so I can see the N stands for Northern Cape. There was a tournament, 10 players, 14 players, 45 players. This is Stellenbosch Primary School events, full on the Western Cape. So yes, you can probably scroll down a little bit here and try and see what's going on in your region. Okay, so the regions, there's the regions. They seem alphabetically. Normally the first letter stands for the region, I want to say the main region. So that's the Eastern Cape, KZN, Northern Cape, Western Cape, Limpopo. What else? MEN, Ilanseni, can't remember, Mpumalanga, I guess. Kurleni, Gauteng, Free State, Northern Cape. I think you get the drift. Okay, so down the list, find the one that's relevant to you. For example, Buffalo, I'll be very curious. I used to rate a lot of online tournaments there. I miss the online tournaments there. So when active, yeah, they're active in 2024. So if your region is not active, unfortunately, you will be a bit stuck. Okay, but that's one way to look at it. Regions of most tournaments, I'm going to pause there, I guess, a little bit. Search there. So again, if you're lucky, if you're in a very, very extremely active region, well, yay, then you can play tournaments. For me, unexpectedly, I can see Tshwane is there, Cape Town is there, Joburg is there. I sort of expected that. It might be a surprise for many of you that Gauteng Tshwane is such a stronghold for tournaments. Cape Town, Johannesburg might be less of a surprise. Eden comes in surprise, they're very active. And then for me, I might be a bit saddened that KZN only comes in 35 tournaments. They're big regions, they used to be very active. Northern Cape, if I look alphabetically, Northern Cape, that's not Northern Cape, that's saying in Northwest, but anyway, West Coast. Some you'll be very surprised, smaller regions such as Sarah Bartman coming in quite high. But yes, so So sometimes you're stuck with what you have, or you must get involved. So interesting things here like Chessa, Chess Excellence. They're also seen as regions. Maybe that's the way I will want to go the route to my own there for you. Some of you might be interested. There's even a 4 nights in there. We need to get the regions active. So yes, there's a lot of guys KZN sadly not active enough, I believe. Eastern Cape, sort of the names are up there. And I hope you get the idea. Okay, so tournaments, that's a good way to connect. After that, you'll probably have to go to Facebook and look up these regions. But if you don't see the regions within the provinces coming up on this list, you're highly unlikely to get rated tournaments in the region. Okay, there's searches. I don't want to go into this into too much detail. Very nice and technical. Most players, tournaments, most player events. So let's say in 2024, who's the most active players maybe in the country? Oh, no, that wasn't that one. That's the most. Oh, that's the biggest tournaments. That's cute. Where's big tournaments? 990 players. The African Open. Grey College. Northwest University, I guess. Dainfern College. Yeah, that's pretty cool. Top regions. Oh, that's interesting. They're going to count. Let's just click search. The top rated regions might be based on certain criteria. Often it's the top 4 players or things like that. If I look at this, it seems like they really bulked everything together, and they did it on a raw average. So they're saying the under 20 players, the average of the 100 players is 1395, although, oh yes, oh great. I see they're doing almost internationally. The average of the top X, I hope that's top 10. So on paper, Cape Town, then Tshwane, Buffalo City, Cape Winelands, Western Rand. Okay, so that's just cute things for you. If you're a youngster, look it up. I need to go all and search that one because I'm not under 20. And seems like rating-wise, Cape Town top 10, wow, 2,200. Then Tshwane, 2,000, quite a drop in Johannesburg Metro. On paper, right? Active players, let's see where else I want to go. Active players, let's say regional players. This is very specific. So let's say Cape Town Chess, that's the biggest one at the top. I can see that's available. And we can export these things even to Excel if you need be. So I suppose this is to make it easier for administrators. Okay, this was alphabetically just a list of all active players. Okay, where else? Statistics, cute things, cute pretty things. Most games played. A pity they took away the online. I miss my online. It's a bit sad. Period, let's say 2024. Here's the active players. I like the site. I like the feel of it. I like the look of it. Quite positive from Dir Tak. Young man, glad to see you back in the country. Born in 2013. I'm quite impressed how many games you're playing. The way you read the chess ID is the first digit supposed to be the person's gender. 1 being male, 2 being female. Also shout out Kajal Naidu, youngster. Love the youngsters being active here. Well, I don't know that player, but that's a young player. Because the second, third digit refers to the date of birth. So Jean-Louis Combrink, born in 2010. Also the main ratings. So good to see the top players, Vanele and Keith, very active, playing games. The youngster, Jean-Louis, I suppose he might be up and coming. Kanya Mazabuko, Ranvier, Jacob. I'm just curious, so I need to move along. Johannes Mabuselu. A lot of well-known players on this list. There's Charlton, 59th most active player. I'm also curious because a lot of players you'll find, Matvey, Rogov, many of these players might be playing more almost internationally for the top players. And for me, I like to look at this because I do believe if they're on the list, they're still enjoying chess, which is good. Okay, if you're good at something, you don't always enjoy doing it, right? Statistics, highest current performance rating. Let's see. We see famous people here. Rating, main, gender. Jan Karsten, up and coming. Not surprised to see your name here. Young still, under 18. Born in 2008. Okay, so I'm surely that's interesting for me, to many of you. Who's our famous players in the country? So Jan Karsten, Jack van Salraad, Daniel Barish. You'll definitely see some SA champions here. Vatu, Daniel Kodrik, Caleb, also a youngster name, Matthew Rogov beaming up, Banele, Charlton, Providence. I want to say if you're playing chess, I can see there's people like Calvin Klaasen, Craig Willenberg, 18, Michael Simpsons, Michael Oosthuizen. To me, they're all famous. I've seen their names before. James Dinham, yay, also another streamer, very active online. Females, JC, still up there. I didn't check the female specifically now, I just looked through the list, but I think she was the first female, JC. Then Charlize van Zyl, Chloe, Barnors, Menele. I see, why are you not in Cape Town? Okay. When did you move away? Okay, that's statistics for you. So if you're a chess player, often you love these things. Players, oh, that's fun. Yes, we have only one grandmaster, although we've got a female grandmaster too. Women grandmaster. Fun fact. Come on, fun fact. Women. Melissa Greer, fun fact. Young, very strong player. International masters go one level down. Our potential grandmasters, especially young Mr. Jan Karsten. Why? Because he's still young. Still a lot of potential. It's tough. I mean, chess is tough, as you will know. International masters, let's go one level down. Let's say women international masters. Let's see if there's youngsters out there. Where's our young girls? Annika, 2000s, relatively young. Okay, but not school going young. Okay, FIDE Masters. Again, I'm looking age groups. Caleb, Yashil Modi, Michael Simpson. You guys must boom up, become IMs, and then you become Grandmasters. Okay, I'm getting distracted here. Titles, also for some of you, arbiters might be interesting. Okay, so the arbiters, titles, again from top to bottom, international arbiters. Gunther, is it supposed to be alphabetically? I'm not sure how they sort this one. Oh yes, they sort it by category. So it seems like Gunther is our only category A international arbiter. Then you still have Mr. Andre Toy. You'll be familiar with his name. Rod Price, Johannesburg, so there's two. There's 1C, Pietro Pick, Diaz, Michael Bornheim, Ben de Minnar, Jean Durant, Maurice Ferreira, Ronald King, Ricardo Minnar. Okay. So it seems to be mainly Gauteng dominated. But that's okay for us as players, because with players, we don't mind too much that. Often we care more maybe about the FIDE arbiters. There should be a good bunch in here. FIDE arbiters, a better spread here, obviously with being more here. And then what else? Provincial wise, you get quite far having provincial arbiters as well, very far. Because these are the people you need if you want to have a rated tournament. If you want FIDE rated tournament, you need FIDE arbiters. If you want to have international event, it needs to be an international arbiter generally. Otherwise, you have to source from the outside. Even national arbiter, that's something in between. I think that's something that they can start integrate up. But typically your national arbiters would be almost in between a provincial arbiter and a FIDE arbiter. But provincially, you'll get for international arbiter, FIDE arbiter, national arbiter, provincial arbiter. That's going to give you proper tournaments. Often I think regional arbiters may not be in charge of a tournament unless it's in the smaller regions. But don't be put off. If you find in your region, if you're in a smaller region, let's take an example. Shucks, Albert and Zor, let's hope there's someone. Amayuba. You see Amayuba, there's 3 arbiters, and sometimes they're not always active either. So that's the SS, which stands for, I think, school. I can't remember everything. School supervisor. So typically they allow them to run school tournaments as well. So this might also be a way for you to figure out where to go. These days with all the LinkedIns, etc., you might contact them. Gee, they're a nice bunch. Arbiters, they're not too bad. Unless you're in the WhatsApp group. If you're in the WhatsApp group, they're a tough crowd. Okay, but otherwise, you can really see a lot on this one. Okay, now the other thing I wanted to do was, if I go to tournaments and go tournaments and regions with the most tournaments, I'm just going to almost show you the way I'll go about it maybe. If I'm in Tshwane, I'll go and search, and I found Tshwane, official I'm trying chess. Another one I found was the second highest was Chess Western Province. They're rebranding, so it's going to take a while for them to still rebrand. That's, I think they called Cape Town Metro these days. Rebranding, renaming, it's in line with, I think, SASCOC policies. And then Joburg Metro, if we go to Tshwane, if you run there, tournament bookings, that looks interesting because that might be the first thing you're interested in. Although this is where I'm talking about also Chess Hub. Great place to go to have a look, chesshub.org.za, to see if there's tournaments in your area. So I see there's a Kiro, Hazeldean Open Chess Tournament. So it seems to be active, 5th of September. I'm saying that because if it didn't give tournaments or gave tournaments for 2021 or 2000 or something silly, well, then that doesn't help much. Okay, so there's even a chess calendar. Okay, great. They have the most tournaments in the country, Tshwane Chess. Next most amount of tournaments would be in Chess Western Province, so Chess WP.co.za. For me, I know some of the people, so I like the photos, but for me it's a bit too much. The switching for my eyes can't keep up with it. But if I go home, if I'm looking for tournaments, events, calendar, it seems a bit tricky. Okay, Joburg, tournaments, upcoming events, la 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 la, 2002, January 2024. So yes, they might have a lot of tournaments, but their website's not up and running properly. Maybe if I go contacts, at least we get some email addresses in there. Info at the bottom, info@joburgmetrochess.co.za. Maybe that's the way I'll go about to just find out what's going on in that region. Chess Wellington province, maybe the same thing. If I go events and calendar, I'm looking for email. People I can WhatsApp and email and do things like that. So for me, the calendar, that seems okay. Cape Town Club. Let's see what's going to pop out. More info. I think this is very much an internal tournament. So it's not telling me anything. Okay, but that's life. I mean, don't blame websites. Many of these people do do a lot of admin in their own time. They don't get paid for this generally. So don't be too harsh on the websites. I mean, they do it out of love for the game. Okay, so the events, but again, there's an email at chess via Western Province at CRZA. You can use that. So the Gauteng one looks the most geared, but it makes sense. They've got the most tournaments. If I go menu, maybe even here, see here the details. Even that's not, it's put out in a nice way. If I then want to register or do things like that, I'll figure it out. I want to click on the home button. Why? Because I'm curious. Who are these people? On the menu, who's in charge? who's the management? Let's see. Never miss out. Bookings, latest news, school leagues. View all. At the bottom, so she's the Karen Lau, she's the president of Tshwane Chess. And Hanley Bain, contact technical. But sometimes I'm just curious, because sometimes I'm curious to see who's the president, who's the vice president. On the other hand, if you're running tournaments, who cares? As long as you have got rated tournaments, typically you don't really care who's in charge. If it's working, it's working. If things are not working, that's where you're curious to see who's in charge. Okay, so but I suppose for privacy, they want to rather keep things clean and focus on chess rather. What's happened on that tab? Home button. Anyway, so that's Tshwane. Western Cape. What do we see there? Western Cape. We probably want to email them if you want to play tournaments. As this one is tricky. Home. Click on the home button. But that's something you have to figure out. If the regions have Facebook pages, things like that, often, so you see, they're asking for money. Coaching clubs, events, youth commission, our executives, because no one email them. If there's an official email address, just be patient, be nice. Many of them doing it out there in their free time. I mean, Dr. Omar Essa has been around the block, but I'm sure he's a busy man. Llewellyn Lowe, very approachable, but again, he's doing this in his free time, so he's probably a busy man. The secretaries, the treasurers, shout out Eugene Steenkamp, not related, but shout out to him. The coaches, they're very, very, very approachable people. If you're doing chess, putting in all this hard work for free, that they might be the highest trees catching the most wind, but You have to give it to them. They, if they're doing things that many of us just criticize and we don't appreciate the work they're doing, right or wrong. We should appreciate at least their hearts are in the right place more often than not. Okay. Gauteng, about us, who we are, executive committee. I suppose the same thing. Hopefully, it's updated. Fortunately, even if it's not, I think his son might be a Leviton. So the active people, Julian Buerta, I'm sure I've dealt with him before. Very approachable people. Email them. They will put you in touch with tournaments. Okay, wrapping up. So yes, Chessa, please get your website up and running. We want to see who's who, who's in the structures, parents where they need to get involved, coaches, players where they have to get involved. I think the rating database looks great from my side personally. I want online chess to be rated as well, at least to bring the online people to the board. Shout out, again, great site, Paul Wilson and his team. Great site. Please save this, chesshub.org.za. If you want to play tournaments, rated or not rated, you'll be happy there. Then, yes, unfortunately, you have to figure out where you fit in the regions and get on your way. Okay, from my side, I'm just boosting some of my things, not my things, places I'm involved in. So on chess.com, for me, I'm typically involved with Teams of Africa. You see, it's like 13,000 players there. If you want to find the club, if you're going to find a South African club, you're going to find Team South Africa. If you're on a mobile device, scroll down, search for the club, come join Team South Africa. If you're a South African flag holder, we'll include you automatically. If you're from Africa, we'll probably include you automatically in the team as well. If you're from outside South Africa or Africa, most of the admins will read your messages. If you've got a good reason why you want to join, of course, we'll let you in. There's the rundown. I've tried to create Wednesday, Friday arenas for us to have fun. Yes, some of the admins running great ladders. We had some Mzansi tournaments, the World League. We did really well, but it's an administrative nightmare some at times, so we're not involved this year. Daily matches, great stuff, live tournaments, live arenas, and much more. People like Rebecca and Jessie were involved as well, from an angle of they were our official partner for coverage, but they're also busy people. Okay, so what else? If we start going to lead chess, on the lead chess side as well, I try to be a little bit involved there. Lead chess also, if I go to my teams, mix and match the TSA rated tournaments, 360 members, especially during COVID time, even after COVID time, was really great team to keep ourselves out of trouble. My opinion was that the regions were supposed to take over the rated tournaments. Unfortunately, they're busy, so it never got traction. At this stage, still, some regions want to be a bit active, but it's an ongoing case. So if you want online rated tournaments, push for it. Push for it hard. Email your regions, email Chessa. Give your reasons. My reason typically will be it's that we have a huge online community. They just don't have the time to be over the board. But if we give us the opportunity to play online, we'll find youngsters that's amazing, and they'll pull through. Or some of us older guys, we'll just have fun and might be lured back into over the board as well. Okay, but the main thing is if it's online, if it's rated, well, then you get registered, and then Chessa will know about you as well. You can see there, South African Chess Up, amazing. They 1,600 members. They've been playing Friday tournaments for 200 plus times in a row. This one I'll try and get up and running a little bit, 780 members. And this one, if I push this one a little bit, tournament-wise, trying to do Thursdays. I'm still thinking what I want to do, trying to do Thursdays. Really, what I would like to get up and running is Chessa. There's Chessa online rated tournaments, but I'm awaiting Chessa for further approval to get it up and running. Okay, so from my side, come join Team South Africa, come lead chess or on chess.com and come have some fun. You can also ask me questions if you want to be connected to the right people. Hope you enjoyed that. And motivate me. You need to hit the like button, subscribe, put comments in. Motivate me to bring more content your way or our way, and also try to motivate